Everybody, my name is Megan King, and my partners for this project are David Gray Romero and Eddie Senegal. Today, we're going to be presenting to you Fred Korematsu. Fred Korematsu was a Japanese American civil rights activist. He was very influential when petitioning against the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II, and he was a primary voice in fighting for their civil rights.
Early life. Fred Korematsu was born on January 30th, 1919, to two Japanese parents. He was raised in Oakland, California, and his parents owned a plant nursery, which you could see in the image below. Korematsu attempted to enlist in the U.S. Coast Guard and the U.S. National Guard. However, he was denied because of his Japanese ancestry. This led him to pursue a career in welding, where he was also further terminated due to the same reasons. December 7th, 1941 was an infamous date in United States history. The Pearl Harbor was a surprise attack by the Japanese military, which included fighter planes dropping bombs on the Hawaii Naval Base. This surprise attack took the lives of over 2,000 soldiers. This was the day President Roosevelt declared war on Japan and also marked the United States' involvement in the Second World War.
Because of those attacks on Pearl Harbor was initiated by Japan, the United States signed the Executive Order 9066. This order prohibited Japanese Americans from areas and forced their relocation to assembly centers or internment camp. This order was devastating to the Americans of Japanese descent. It stripped them of their constitutional right, and the government deemed these groups a threat to national security. Fred Korematsu was amongst the few who refused to follow this order. He believed that the forced movement and internment did not uphold his civil rights and liberties that he was promised as an American. In an attempt to disguise himself, Korematsu went as far as changing his name and even receiving minor plastic surgery on his eyes to no longer appear Japanese. He was later arrested on May 30th, 1942 for disobeying executive orders.
The arrest of Fred Korematsu was very quickly seen as civil rights injustice to many people in America. While he was arrested and waiting in jail, he allowed the American Civil Liberties Union to represent him. While this was taken to court and even taken to the Supreme Court, he was still deemed as disobeying executive orders, and so they deemed it as legal. Um, with this decision, over 40 years later, the case was reopened and ruled a violation of civil rights and a violation of the 14th Amendment. Fred Korematsu had a huge impact and inspired so many rights and activists among American people. He shed light on the injustices faced by Japanese Americans during World War II and greatly and heavily fought for their rights in America. His efforts did not go unnoticed, as he was honored with the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1998 by President Bill Clinton.
This award brought light to his amazing efforts and further inspired the country to continue its efforts in social justice.
Thank you.
Thank you.